Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am sharing with you today what I eat in a day while I'm in a tiny cabin in the woods. So we went for a small weekend trip to a tiny cabin in the woods, like I said, in upstate New York. And so I try to make things that are simple to make and usually easy to make on fire. And as you can see, I'm not using a fire here, but I did make some hot dogs. I used the field roast stadium hot dogs. Those are the best in my opinion. And we weren't able to do it on the fire because the day that we showed up and I was planning on making these, it was raining. So we had to do it on the electric stovetop that's inside the cabin, which was totally fine. They came out really great. Like I said, these hot dogs are so good and they taste like the classic hot dogs that we all know and love. And I topped it with ketchup, mustard, relish, and then I had meal prepped this potato salad when I was back at home so that it would be set and marinated and all set to go for this trip. So I just scooped that up onto our plates, and that was our first dinner of the weekend trip. It was really tasty, pretty classic cabin meal in my opinion. Really good. For breakfast, I decided to make a corned beef hash, but unfortunately, the vegan corned beef that I usually get was not available when I went to go buy it, so I had to use a vegan turkey alternative. That was the only thing that was there, which is fine. It still ended up being okay. I have some diced potatoes here, along with that diced turkey, as well as some diced onions, and then on the side of this hash, which I'm about to make, we are having some toast with Miyoko's vegan butter, my favorite butter, especially on toast. And I got the bread from Wegmans, which I've recommended before in the past. Really good. And so I first cooked up those potatoes to get them nice and tender, and I'm shocked that I was able to do that on this electric stovetop. But I also got this peach jalapeno pepper jam. It was local, and I highly recommend getting local ingredients whenever you can. It tastes so good. And yeah, this is what the hash ended up looking like. It tasted really good. It didn't taste like corned beef hash at all, but it was yummy. And on the side, like I said, I have my toast, which I added that vegan butter and then also that jam right on top. The combination of the butter and the jam, by the way, so dang good. Delicious. This was a success in my opinion. Not what I was expecting, but really good. And then I had some coffee as well as Ian right after breakfast, just regular drip coffee with a little bit of macadamia milk inside. This coffee was available there at the cabin, so very easy to make. For lunch, we headed to Woodstock where we saw this bonbon place and they had vegan options. So we got 2 bonbons with like an orange filling in it. It was really good. And then we went to this cafe. I'll link it down below what the name of it is, but this cafe is bomb with all of their vegan options. This is a Tofu Satay, so delicious. And then for my main lunch meal, I had a Portobello Panini with a side of salad, and this panini, y'all, it's a repeat buy for me. I've actually visited this place more than once and I always get this. It tastes like pizza. It tastes cheesy even though there's no cheese in it. It's mushrooms, peppers, and a garlic aioli. That's it. And then Ian had some sauteed kale with mashed potatoes and a lentil loaf. He loved it. For dinner, the fire was actually able to get started this day, so we decided to make some skewers. And so I just chopped up some bell pepper and zucchini. I also added in some spiced tofu. It was extra or super firm tofu, and I just seasoned it up with poultry seasoning, and we put it on the fire, and y'all, Ian did so well with this fire. I don't know how he did it, but he was able to cook these skewers to perfection. They got super nice and toasty, and the flavor from the wood and the fire just infused into the skewers. It was so good. I'm so happy with the way this came out. Absolutely delicious. And then on the side of this, I had made a garlicky Parmesan pasta. I know it looks funny, but I think it was the way that I was preparing the pasta. I used bonza pasta, which is chickpea. Maybe that could have been it, but I was in a tiny cabin using a little electric stove. It wasn't exactly the easiest to, make a perfectly aesthetically pleasing pasta, but it was super delicious because I added a lot of garlic into it, so still was a success. And then for breakfast, this was the last meal there. I just had some leftovers. Ian had leftovers as well. As you can see, this is the leftover panini from the cafe that I was at in Woodstock, and again, super delicious. But that is all for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you in the next video.